Alright guys, I haven't uploaded in a while, and if you hear background noise, it's my 3 dogs. I'm recording this in a different room. So anyway, I went to 2 locals over Easter weekend and played Spright. I've stopped playing Branded. I've sold most of it because I just don't have that much fun playing the deck. But I enjoy pure Spright. There's no Melfi, no Tri-Brigade, Adventure, Live Twin. This is just pure Spright. I've liked it so far, but we're going to get into it. And that should be just the gist of the video. It's kind of stock standard for pure Spright. 3 blue, 3 jet, 2 red, 2 carrot. I don't play pixies because I do play Gamma Burst. And Gamma Burst just helps me clutch out games a lot better going second. And I do like having the additional interruptions of red and carrot over like 2 red, 1 carrot and a pixies, or 2 carrot, 1 red and 1 pixies. It just works out better this way, and it just gives me more additional level 2s. Granted, pixies would also just be a level 2, but this is an interruption. I do like pixies, and there is 1 card in here I would cut for pixies, or Dupe Frog if you want to play that. But anyway, there's not a whole lot to really talk about here. Sprite's really stock standard. But moving on from this, I'm not going to go super in-depth with the list. It's very, very standard. If I go to the Knoxville Regional, this will be what I'm playing. So here is triple swap, 2 Diva, and a Cap Shell. So this was Dupe Frog for the longest time. And the reason I cut it is I wanted something that's more generic to summon off Gigantic. If I already have Swap Frog, I already have Red and Carrot, and there's no point in getting Blue or Jet if I've already used their effects. This is a little better if I go into IP or just any late game link. You could cut a swap to play a dupe, and the Divas are just because I don't own Fenrir's. This is essentially just another copy of Beaver, so you normal this, get that. And then you make a Gigantic or a Sprint. It's whatever you need. You don't need to open swap to make a Toad. I'll go into that at the end of the video. Not a whole lot to talk about, but anyway, let's move on from this. Like I said, it's very standard. Maybe the Divas are as standard. You could play the Orochi to go into Baron with blue, but not doing that. And I do play the Nimble engine of 2 Angler and 3 Beaver. I opened this a lot at the second locals. In total, I went even. The first locals, I went 2-1. Second one, I don't fucking remember, but I do know I got sacked out of Trap Tricks, Triple Impermanent or Flasia 2 games in a row. But anyway, and I'm not joking. I played in the 6 Imperms. But opened this a decent amount, and it's not bad to open 1. And Beaver is Beaver. Really great card. Vis or Diva is full combo, especially with blue. So, not a whole lot to talk about. And also, pitch Angler for swap, and these plus Diva are all water, so you can just pitch 1 special for swap if you open too many. So, there's that. Then moving into the hand trap lineup, it's 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 2 Nib. You could cut Cap Shell for a 3rd Nib also. 3 Imperm. Imperm, in my opinion, is the best hand trap in the game. Always will be. Ash and Veiler are just stupidly generic. Nib, I'm kind of split on because Branded can play into it. Spright can play into it. But typically, even Cash can play into it, but most players typically play around it. Trap Tricks can play into it also. Nib just falling off. If you don't like Nib, I would recommend Lancia or Droll as they're decent in the cash. And it stops Branded and Red. It stops Albion. I mean, if you play Lancia, Droll can just blow out rogue decks like Drytron. I've had decent success with this. This 3rd Veiler at the first locals was a called buy. So I was running 10 hand traps instead of 11. But honestly, I'd rather just see multiple hand traps than I would called buy, and it's just a sacky one. If you could play cross out in here if you want to cut some stuff and just play like more hand traps. But this is the lineup I've been using. It worked fairly well for me. I Veilered my boy Nathan's Dagares playing Dark World, and he had a scoop after he Lava Golemed me and Kaiju'd me. So, Valor, best card in the deck. Anyway, moving on from this. Really like Spright. Really consistent. Fun deck. It's still good without Elf. I need to buy some Elves. Or if it ever gets unbanned, which I don't think it will. Maybe to 1, but that'll be it. 3 starter. 1 Smashers. 1 Gamma Burst. 1 Double Cross. Gamma Burst is insane. I really like this card. I thought about playing 2, but this card is broken. Never really searched out Smashers because I'd rather just search out Gamma Burst typically. But Smashers and Gamma Burst are both good for breaking boards. Don't forget Smashers engraved can boost up one of your monsters. And Double Cross is Double Cross. It's broken. Starter is another copy of Blue or Jet or whatever Spright you need. Then the last 2 cards in deck is 1 Change of Heart and 1 Mind Control. Really good going second. You could cut these for hand traps or a Pyrrha, which I don't own, or a Pixies, and just side these if you want. I'm not going to go over my side because honestly it's locals dependent. But from here we will move into the extra deck. Really like this card. This card deserves to be a secret rare. Love Gamma Burst. Card's broke. But anyway, moving on to the extra deck. 2 Gigantic. 1 Toad because Toad's broken. Gym Buster. This card, sometimes, you don't always make Toad now, but sometimes Gym Buster with a whole bunch of interruptions is enough. Cat Shark. Abamaru. And then we got Sky Cavalry, Downard, and the Zeus. I have a Ninja Mosquito, which I should be playing. I'd probably honestly cut either the Amabamaru or the Cat Shark. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I don't own... Well, I have a Mannequin Cat. I just don't own targets for Mannequin Cat, so there's no point in playing it. And then I have the 1 Sprint. I need to get a second one. Don't know what I would cut yet. Probably one of the 2 cards I just mentioned. Then 1 Bujin Link for Toad. I don't know the Reproducus lines, and typically I just like this. And then 1 Masquerade, 1 Masquerena, 1 Dark, 1 Avermax for an IP target, 1 Access Code. This should be Unicorn, but I don't know where mine is. So, this is the lineup. This could also just be a flex spot for a second Sprint or a Mannequin Cat. But anyway, I really like this lineup. Pretty solid. I'll go into 2 combos really quickly to explain like how you make Toad without opening swap. Maybe how to do it with opening swap and just some other just standard combos that I like to do. If you guys know any more of Pure Spright, let me know. And we will get into combos. Alright, starting off, 2-card combo, Blue and Diva. This could be Beaver, because it's basically the same thing. So, normal Diva. I did not shuffle this, so it's still profiled. Special your other copy of Diva. From here, you could special Blue and go ahead and search, but I want to play around Nib. Overlay into a Gigantic. Use your effective Gigantic to detach. Special summon your swap. Effective swap on summon to dump a swap. Grave is off screen. You got that on field. The camera quality's not the best up here. I should probably have turned the light on, but oh well, it'll be fine. And from here, you special your Blue, effective Blue, to grab your copy of, where is it? Spright Jet. Now, it is very important you don't summon Gigantic in the middle column, just for sprint arrow reasons. From here, use the effective swap to return swap to the hand. Special summon your copy of Jet. Use the effective Spright Jet to search you out. You can search Double Cross or Starter here. It just depends. If you want Double Toad, you'll grab this. If you want a red or a carrot, you will grab Starter. If you're on Duke Frog and you summon that in the standby phase, you could get Gamma Burst just to get a 3400 defense Duke Frog, because Duke Frog do be Duke Frog. You got this. From here. Hey buddy, my dog's right next to me. Here you will link those 2 off into your copy of Sprint. Use the effect of Sprint on summon, which will dump your copy of Nimble Angler, effective Angler, special summon. Dogs, quit playing, please. I should have done this in my bedroom. Sorry about that. But anyway, special summon 2 beavers. Link off the beavers. For your copy of Bujin, link arrow points. Effective Bujin on summon. Will special summon the swap from your hand and the one in your graveyard. You pitched off swap when you summoned it. And from here, you immediately overlay. My dogs are being annoying and totally awesome. So there's that. And then you have a set double cross off 2 cards. You could have hand traps in your other 3 cards or red or carrot. Could be a pretty strong hand. This ends you off on 3 interruptions still. Because you have Toad, which in standby phase, you could obviously do Toad. Detach or swap to special summon your other copy of swap. So you have decent amount. If you have a red or carrot, you have a 3 thing to send. So you have a Toad negate. Right there. You have the effect of Sprint to detach. And then if you have a red or a carrot, you can send the Bujin to negate and destroy. Activate your double cross on res to special back your copy of Toad to get you that additional interruption. Or take something special, a jet, to get you follow up and search you starter. It just depends. You have a lot of play here, especially if you have red or carrot. But anyway, moving on into the next combo. Alright, so now let's do Spright Blue and Spright Red. So, normal your red, special blue, effective blue. Blue will grab you your copy of Jet. You will special summon your copy of Jet. Jet will search you. This is a no Toad hand, so here we're going to get starter or Gamma Burst. For the sake of this, to guarantee follow-up, I'd probably search starter. A lot of decks probably won't be able to break this board, but you should be fine. So you get your starter for follow-up. From here, you link these 2 off into your copy of Spright Sprint. This plays around Nib because you do have your Spright Red. Effective Spright Sprint will dump your copy of Nibble Angler. Angler effect will special out 2 copies of Nimble Beaver. Zones matter less if you're not going for Toad. So from here, overlay into your copy of Gigantic. Effective Gigantic will detach off here and summon out your copy of Spright Carrot. So this gets you a Monster Negate, a Compulse, and a Spell Trap Negate plus Starter. And then off of Starter, again off of 2 cards, you have 3 interruptions. Off of Starter, you can guarantee yourself follow-up by specialing Blue during your opponent's draw phase. So you have a free send to guarantee you have that interruption. Then Blue can search you out your copy of Spright Jet, wherever the fuck it is. So, not bad. 3 interruptions, doesn't include any possible hand traps. Now let's do a combo that ends on Toad if you open Swap Frog. Show you pretty basic combos. Not too much, and then I'll do like 1 or 2 test stands. Do apologize for the doges and me yelling at the doges. So, anyway. Moving on. Alright, this is a very basic combo and on a very basic end board. So, normal summon your copy of Swap. Use your effect of Swap Frog to dump a copy of Swap Frog. Your grave, Swap Frog. Special your Spright Blue, effect of Blue, which will search you out your copy of Spright Jet. Effect of Jet, the special. From here, you will most likely search out Double Cross or Starter or Gamma Burst, really just whatever you want. From here, you can do this at any point after you special Blue, but return swap to your hand. From here, you would not go into Gigantic. Link them off into your copy of Sprint. Effective Sprint we'll dump your copy of Angler. Put your special out. A beaver. And a beaver. From here, you could go into Gigantic, but instead, we're going to link these off for our Bujin. Bujin effect on summon with special to swap or return from the hand, and our copy of Swap Frog. Overlay the two into your copy of Toad, which isn't bad. It's a 2-card combo to get you into Toad, opening Swap Frog. And again, you have Double Cross. This could be starter to get you an additional interruption, but it's whatever. Not bad. And then also Standby Phase, discard that, special swap. Very basic end board. Sometimes this is just your end board with a red or a carrot, and it's enough sometimes, not other times. But anyway, let's get into some random test stands. Alright, I am still new to the deck, so I might misplay some. I've done decent with the deck against friends, and my mat tube is rattling. But I would say I'm decent with the deck. I'm not the best pilot. I haven't been playing a ton lately, hence why you haven't seen any videos. I've had some personal stuff going on, but not going to talk about that. So from here, we got that. And now we're going to do opening 5. We got a beaver, a jet, angler, which I don't want to have, a carrot, and a nib. So from here, which we had Swap Frog because we opened a beaver or an angler. From here, we're going to nimble beaver, effective beaver. We'll special summon another copy of beaver. And from here, I'd probably go into Gigantic to play around Nib. So let's do that. So from here, we're going to do this. Go into your copy of Gigantic Spright. Effective Gigantic to detach. The copy of Beaver. We're going to get our copy of Spright Blue. Special Blue, effective Blue. We'll search you out your copy of Spright Red because we already have Carrot. This is one of those hands where I won't typically make Toad, even though I could because I had a weight of blue off a jet. So here I will special red, and I'll come over here, special Carrot. So we have a spell trap and a monster negate, and then let's see, we'll do center. We'll special summon the jet, effective jet. Now here, if you want starter or double cross, it's up to you. Personally, if I'm going first, I already know I'm going to end on... Honestly, this is kind of awkward because we opened the angler. And we only have one hand trap, and it's not a hand trap we can really use going first. Here, we could just overlay into the Gym Buster instead of making the Sprin, because Sprin's only going to get us one Beaver. Then from Beaver, it's kind of interesting. What do we do from here? We have 2 interruptions at minimum. Gigantic, Blue, Jet. We make the Gym Buster, which is potentially 3 interruptions. Still haven't decided what I'm searching off of Jet. I think for follow-up reasons, we're going to grab starter. This board is going to be weaker because we opened up our copy of Angler. Could just go into IP, but that's not going to be enough. I got starter. I think we do just make the sprint and get the beaver. So we'll link these 2 off. Into Spright Sprint. Slightly off camera, but we'll be fine. Sprint effect. We'll dump our copy of Angler. Angler effect will special our copy of... Where is it? Where is the beaver? Our copy of Nimble Beaver. From here, just really awkward. It's still 3 interruptions, but it's not the best end board. Because we have a Compulse, a Monster Negate, a Spell Trap Negate. And we would set the starter. And then during our opponent's turn, we would activate starter. During our opponent's draw phase, just guarantee we have the interruptions to use special blue. Effective blue. This guarantees us follow-up. Okay, because that gets us Jet, and we have a copy of Angler in our hand. So regardless, we have 2 level 2s in our hand. Follow-up, plus a nib if we need it, which we really shouldn't, and we shouldn't use it anyway. So that is a Monster Negate, Spell Trap Negate, Compulse, and we have follow-up for next turn. That's 3 interruptions. It's not the best. It was awkward because we opened that up. Let me know how you would play that hand out, and we're going to get into at least one more test in. Alright, getting into it. Shuffling the cards. That hand was really awkward. Hopefully we get a better hand than last time. Last time it was pretty awkward. Sorry if the camera shakes, but anyway, shuffle, cut, and our opening hand. Motherfucker. Starter. Beaver. Why do I always see these two together? I hate it. Veiler. Swap. Actually, this hand's not that bad because we open swap. So here we are going to standby main. You could do starter to do blue and jet stuff now, or do blue and just do stuff, but I'm not going to do that because yellow, this is a test hand. So you're going to do effective swap in hand to pitch Angler to the grave, the special swap. Swap chain link 1, Beaver chain link 2 because swap is a 1 effect. Swap will put into the grave our copy of swap. Angler will then trigger, which will special summon our other 2 copies of Nimble Beaver. And we have not normal summoned. Where is the other copy of the Beaver? Right there. Alright. So, really like swap for this reason. And all of our normal summons are water, for the most part. Unless you have to normal summon red or carrot. But from here, we could preemptively make a Gigantic, which is probably how I would do it. Go into Gigantic. Effective Gigantic to detach off of your detached Nimble Beaver. This is our hand. To special blue. Effective Spright blue. To search Spright Jet. We have a starter in our hand. Which we could preemptively use to get ourselves a carrot because we do have a Veiler for a Monster Negate. This will probably be a toad hand. So let's do effective swap to return swap to the hand. So we have that. We will special summon our copy of Spright Jet. Jet will search out our copy of Spright Double Cross. This will get us a additional toad or follow-up for next turn. We should have follow-up for next turn because Toad will get us a Beaver and we have a Beaver in our hand anyway. Which will get us... From here, we will link these 2 off. Here we don't even have to make the sprint because we open swap. So I probably won't make sprint. I'll just go straight for Debusion, place it in that zone. Overlink zone, effective Debusion on summon, which will special summon a swap. And the other swap. Immediately overlay into Toad. Now we're not as worried about getting rid of Debusion because it's just going to immediately point to it anyway. So we have 2 Omni Negates off the bat, unless they Dark Ruler us. We have Double Cross set. Well, probably wouldn't set that yet. We're going to get follow-up off of Toad. or we can get a copy of Beaver. From here to guarantee, just have more. Probably do this late. Probably do this in their draw phase. So we'd set starter, set double cross. We have a Valor in our hand. During our opponent's turn, or standby phase, we will sense or pitch a swap. That will special summon a swap from the deck. There. And then also during standby, Spright starter, which will get us a copy of Carrot because we have a Valor in our hand, if I remember correctly. So we'll get ourselves a copy of Spright Carrot. So we have 2 Omni Negates or a take. So that's 2 interruptions. A Carrot, which is 3. Then we have a Valor. Toad will take something from our opponent, most likely. So there's that. Toad effect when it hits the grave. Make sure you remember. That's our current hand. We will add back a copy of Nimble Beaver because we don't want them to know hand knowledge, and Beaver will get us anything from our grave. That can get us into a Gigantic, get us into follow-up. So we have follow-up. We took something plus Valor in grave. So that is 2, 3, 4 interruptions. So not bad. We'll do one more test hand, make it an even half hour, or a little over half hour. But anyway, let's get into that. Final test hand, guys. Shuffle it up. Spright is really fun, really consistent. I say that, now I'm going to break. Watch. But hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to do some Dark Magician stuff. I'm just haven't had a whole lot of fun playing that deck recently. Also just haven't been playing a whole lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I might do some like Call of Duty. You know, I don't really have fun playing COD. Or just upload some other games with friends or whatever. But from now, do this. And we will cut. Yeah, Jet. Cap Shell. Okay, not bad. Swap. Ash. Red. So this hand is pretty interesting. Even though I have Swap, I might not go for Toad. Because I kind of would rather get the draw off a Cap Shell, and we don't have another water. So I might hold on to the Swap Frog. So what we're going to do is we're going to normal summon Cap Shell. And we're going to special summon Spright Red. And then special Jet, effective Jet. So we'll search this out. Starter, we're going to get blue off of the Gigantic. And Cap Shell will draw us a card as soon as it's detached. Do this. We got this. We have one hand trap. So from here, we will overlay into Gigantic. Effective Gigantic, detach the Cap Shell. Gigantic will then special summon our copy of Spright Blue. Cap Shell will then trigger. Shuffle, cut, draw, change of heart. Not bad. Then well, Cap Shell 1, blue 2. So I did that out of order. So we'll put change of heart back. Blue will search us out. Carrot, and then we will redraw. Not that it really matters because this is a test hand, but in case it bothers somebody, I will do it. So we have successfully played around Nib, and now we have Carrot in our hand. We still have a starter, and then our draw is now Nimble Beaver. So not the best. Still have 5 cards in our hand. Might have fucked that up somewhere. Don't think I did, but maybe. Here, we could go starter. I do want to get into Sprint. The problem with making Sprint now is that I'd have to get rid of one of my interruptions, which I don't want to do. We have Ash, which is like a pseudo, like Monster Negate or Searcher. We do have one interruption that way. Starter can just get us the other card that we need, like red or carrot or red. And we have follow up with Beaver and Swap. So it's not that big of an issue. Little awkward. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, because of the format, I'm going to prioritize red. So I'm going to special carrot. I'm going to link off carrot and blue into Spright Sprend, effective Sprend. We'll dump a Angler, effective Angler. We'll special summon 2 copies of Nimble Beaver. From here, I'd probably link in the IP. So let's do that. Link off these 2. And IP. Which could get us into Unicorn if I was playing it. This will probably just get us into Avermax. Got an IP. Set starter. I think it's kind of awkward because I went for the cap shield lines. I probably shouldn't have done. That's only 2 interrupt. Well, it's 3 because we have Ash. But if we didn't open Ash, that'd only be 2 interruptions. But we do get a Towers Avermax, so I mean there's that. And we have follow up. So opponent's turn, throwing draw. If they don't have anything, we'll activate that. Which could get blue for follow up, but honestly, is it better just to get blue for additional follow up? Or should I just get carrot? It'd also be kind of matchup dependent. I feel like it's better just to get blue and search Jet. This way you get full advantage off of Sprend without having to... Yeah, that's it. We get blue. What we do is we search out our copy of Spright Blue. Blue effect will search us out Spright Jet. Now, red will send blue for a Monster Negate at some point. And then we will Ash at some point. So that's 2 interruptions. Sprend will attempt to compulse at some point. That's 3. And then we'll link with IP and Sprend into our copy of Avermax. So we have that. And next turn we have 3 cards in our hand, and our draw is Mind Control. So we would probably just win from there. That hand was kind of awkward. Yeah, we'll do one more. One more test hand, and this is the last test hand. Maybe at some point I'll buy a Collector's or Avermax, just because I don't like having the super rare. But who knows. Anyway, last test hand. I hope you guys enjoy these longer videos. It's not as in-depth as the branded one. It's mostly test hands because I am trying to get better at the deck. And if I mess up, please let me know, but don't be a dick about it. So, let's get into this. So we're going to shuffle. We're going to get all cut. Beaver, carrot, not bad. Red, so off the bat, 2 interruptions. A starter, and fucking Angler. Honestly, Angler might not be that bad here. No, it is bad. Regardless. Yeah, it blows. But we'll play it out anyway. So, normal summon Beaver. Which will special out our other copy of Nimble Beaver. So we got 2 beavers. Overlay into a gigantic. Play around nib or attempt to use gigantic effect to detach. We could protect ourselves from hand traps, especially with red and carrot also. But I don't want to get nibbed on top of that. This is not in the hand, this fell out of the deck. I know that. From here, Honestly, we could get blue and go ahead and get jet. And that would guarantee us the Gem Buster. So yeah, we will special summon blue, effective blue. That will search Spright Jet. So we have Jet. Special summon our copy of Jet from here. Remember, this is the current hand. We don't have to search starter. So we already have follow-up for next turn. So at this point, double cross wouldn't be bad to just take something. Yeah, I think we play for the additional interruption with double cross. Give us multiple forms of interruption, not just negates. So we got that. From here, we could just immediately go for the Gem Buster. Or we could link an IP. It's awkward because this hand is awkward because it's not because I opened these two. It's 100% because of opening Angler and I thought about dropping it to 1, but I'm not going to do that. Shit. Maybe in a different way to play this hand out. Like normal summoning Angler. And then just... No. Fuck. I don't know. I'm committed at this point. I think we do make... Problem with making Gem Buster, we already have a monster negate. We have follow-up for next turn. So that's fine. Double cross. It could be additional follow-up or a take. Or... What do we make here? Probably... There's no point in making Bujin. If I make Sprint, send Angler, and I get another I get another Beaver. I think that's the play, honestly. Seems kind of strange, but going to Sprint. Sprint will send our other copy of Angler. I might cut Angler to fucking 1, but if you open it, it just blows. So special our other copy of Beaver. So have that. And it is also not really that bad to do this because we can special summon Jet or Carrot in red. So we have a free send on the... So if we send for Spell Trap Negate, instead of one we use for Beaver, the one we didn't use will just send the other one, so it's not that bad. Or if we want to like destroy something, like say we're playing against Dragon Link and they activate Dragon Ravine or Boot, we can just send it, destroy it, keep them from doing that. It's a bad example, but here we will set starter, double cross. This hand is just not that good. It was good. It was started off really good until we opened this fucking tank. Maybe I need to play a Sunfish. Probably not. Or a third Angler. But I don't want to do that either. But that's still 1, 2, 3, 4 interruptions with follow-up. It's not bad. It's just awkward. Then from Sprite Starter, we will get blue, which will get us a Jet. Then from there, we will get Gamma Burst and probably kill. But anyway, I don't know. Let me know how you play this hand out. And let me know what I should do about opening fucking Angler. Maybe shuffle better. I don't know. Skill issue. But anyway, I'll see you later. Peace.